Well, hey guys, Juan here. Thanks for stopping by my channel and checking out this video. So if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're in the market to possibly buy this sound bar right here. So this review, this portion of video is my honest consumer review of owning this thing. So is this speaker worth it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a good in-depth review on this sound bar, and then at the end of the video I will tell you if I think that it's worth it. So let's go ahead and dive into the review portion of this video. If you don't want to watch this and you just want to hear the other thoughts, you can fast forward all this and get to the end. But I think it'd be something good for you guys to hear if you're in the market to buy this. All right, so let's talk about the cosmetics on it first to get started off. So on the top and the side here, or on the front and the top here, it's got a metal grill that's kind of gives you a little bit of that industrial feel. And it is a pretty solid sound bar. It's got a little bit of weight to it. I did not mount it onto the wall. I just kind of put it right here. Well, basically, because I can't mount it onto the wall. I'm on a corner section here in this room, so there was no way for me to mount it. But if I did have that capability, I would probably mount it up higher just because I like that cleaner look. But I think it looks pretty good like this, just on the stand right below TV. And the way that Samsung designed this is to pair up with their television. So as you can see, it does not go up above the screen any. So that's kind of nice to give it that nice clean look. But it is a real sleek looking sound bar, and it's got the branding on the top here that says Samsung Harman Kardon, but it's black, metal, real sleek looking. Now in the top corner over here, there's the indicator light. It's only on this side of the sound bar all the way to your right. And then also on this indicator light, it lets you know what input you are running. So since I am running an optical cable to it, it says direct in. If I was running Bluetooth, it would say BT. And if you're running like through an HDMI cable, it would say that also. Now the remotes on these things, they are really thin like that, so that makes it kind of easy to get lost in a couch or a chair, but they're really similar to the QLED TV remote. So let's take a good look at here. So this one here is the QLED remote, this one here is a soundbar remote. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. They're both real thin, they're angled like that, but yeah, they made them real similar to their QLED remote. Now, whenever you do hook in this sound bar, and if you are hooking it into a Samsung TV, then you don't need the sound bar remote. You can control everything with the TV remote. So the setup process on this sound bar was the easiest that I've ever experienced on hooking up any type of soundbar devices. As soon as I hooked it in, instantly recognized it. So there was no need of pushing a button and really pairing it to the TV. It works. Good job, Samsung. Now on the remote control for the soundbar, you can turn up the subwoofer sound and the regular sound volume. So it does give you two different options on there. Now the different sound types that this thing has, the different sound modes are standard, surround, Game Pro, and adaptive. Now the differences with these models is that surround gives you that all-around widest sound stage, particularly in like a bigger section, so it gives you that nice all-around sound. The Game Pro knows when you are gaming and it will adjust accordingly. So like maybe if you're playing some Call of Duty or something like that and there's loud guns, it will adjust the volume on the gun levels. So it's got that smart technology built inside of it that automatically detects that. And then last is the adaptive, and that will adjust on the fly based on the content that you are watching. So for example, if you're watching something that's real heavy in dialogue, it will adjust the voice accordingly to the show or the movie that you're watching, or maybe like the explosions. So it has that adaptive capability in there to control those different sound levels. Really cool technology. Now on the side of the sound bar over here, on this side here, it does have a volume control button, a plus, a minus. It's got a button on there to push it for Bluetooth pairing. And what you would do with that, when you push the Bluetooth pairing, you gotta push it, it'll come up there, Bluetooth. Then you gotta hold the Bluetooth button for about 5 seconds, and then that sets it into pairing mode to pair it with whatever device that you're wanting to Bluetooth with it. So it is a little bit of a learning curve on that, but and it's really clean with not having a whole lot of buttons on the side there. And then of course there's the power button on the side as well. But when it comes to the Bluetooth, you might have to have a little bit of patience. 5 seconds. Okay, so now let me give you a little bit of a sound test with this to show you guys what it sounds like, and then I'll dive into more of the specifics with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is right now I've got a wireless Rode mic that I'm hooked up here. That's what's picking up my vocals. I'm going to take that microphone and try to give you guys the best sound test I can by putting the microphone right here near the sound bar. Now I'm going to play a non-copyright song here, Andrew Apple Pie. It's one of my favorites that I use for any type of vlogging or any kind of background music. But that's how I'll give you guys a sound test to kind of give you the best type I can for video. Okay, so here's a Rode mic. We'll go ahead and put that thing right here in the center. And let's go ahead and play it. Now what I'll do is I'll take the microphone and I'll stand back as far as where I would be sitting for movie watching, and to kind of give you guys what that sound would be like if you were sitting in that type of a distance watching a movie. So let's do that test now. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of an example of what this thing sounds like. It's a great sounding sound bar. So let's talk a little bit about more of the specifics here. So this sound bar will get you 360 watts of power coming out of these speakers. So there are speakers on the top, and then there are speakers here in the front that are booming out, and then you got the sound bar that I have sitting on the floor there. You do get a dedicated center channel, which does a fantastic job of handling the vocals when it comes to any kind of movies or anything like that. My wife and I were watching a television show the other day, and I was really surprised at how well it balanced the vocals with some of the like explosions or anything that were in the background. So that dedicated center channel does a fantastic job with that. Now with the rest of the speakers that go around the dedicated center channel, they do a fantastic job of filling in all those mids and giving you an example of what is all around there. So giving you that surround sound feel, making this sound bar sound bigger than what it really is. Gives you that crisp sound, that big bass booming sound, and then it fills the room in really nicely. Now on the top of this sound bar, along the top right here, it's got that acoustic beam technology. Now what that is say there's like for an example, there's a car, you're watching Fast or Furious or something like that, and there's something on the screen that moves here and just kind of moves along with the screen. The beam technology will give you that sound that kind of goes right along with it, just like that, moving with the action that's on the screen. Some really cool technology. Now I can't really show you on video obviously because it's video, but you're gonna have to take my word for it. That is a really nice little feature on this sound bar here. Now on the back of this sound bar, you do get some good connections, different types of connections to kind of go with whatever TV that you have. You get two HDMI imports. One of them is that ARC HDMI input. You get the regular 35 or 3.5 millimeter, the old-fashioned stereo jack, you get that, and then you get the optical audio cable, which that's what I'm using here. And then if you wanted to, you could even Bluetooth it with the TV. But if you have this, I recommend that you go wired in. You're going to get the best connectivity that way, and you're probably your best sound. So I have it with the optical cable, but it does have that HDMI hookup also. Whatever type of TV that you're running to with this, it'll work. Now the other great thing about this is it's not specific to the QLED. All right, if you had another Samsung TV, you could do that also. Or if you had another brand TV, Vizio, LG, or something like that, you could still use the soundbar with those models of televisions. But if you do purchase a QLED TV like I got here, I recommend that you complement it with one of these awesome soundbars. It just makes it a really cool movie experience, especially if you're spending that kind of money. Go ahead and just spend a few extra $100 and get this soundbar, and then you'll never have to go to the movie theater. You can just kind of stay home and watch your movies that way. But having those different hookups on the back of this thing make it very versatile to what you can hook this soundbar up to. Now, okay, so now my thoughts. Is this Samsung speaker worth it? And my thought is yes, it is worth it. It is a little bit higher on the price range compared to like a 2.0 soundbar, but this one here, you do get a lot more with it. So it is worth the extra few dollars if you decide to get this one here. After owning it for a little bit of time now and putting it to just about everyday use whenever we're watching our TV shows or our movies, we have seen how it has enhanced our movie watching experience owning this thing. Now, the only hang up that I've had with this thing since owning it is every once in a while it does disconnect from the TV, and the sound will be coming out of the TV then. The fix to that is you just walk over and you turn the power button on the speaker here, and then the TV senses that there's power going to it, and it automatically reconnects. Now it only disconnects probably every 6-7 days, I would say, but that's how you fix that. You just turn it back on. I imagine it probably goes into some type of sleep mode after a while. I'm assuming. I think that's probably why it disconnects. But other than that, I've had no issues with it whatsoever. I have been listening to this thing with my music, and it's more than enough when it comes to listening to music. So mainly I bought it for movie watching and watching our TV shows, and it has done a fantastic job for us. So is it worth it in my opinion? Yes, it is. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you're in the market to buy one of these, if you are, I'll have a link in the description down below of where you can buy it. And if it was helpful to you, go ahead and throw a thumbs up on this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I make tech videos all the time, and I'd love to have you back in the next one. Until then, be creative.